John Carroll is our next question. Mr. Zeller would answer.
This is, we are coming at you from Lisa on Facebook. Once again, the WATM 18 News Facebook page. Give us your questions. This one's about the dairy industry. Farming, very big in Western New York. Specifically, Lisa asked, dairy farms have been hit hard in the last 2 years with the cost of production at a rate that is higher than what their mailbox prices have been. What steps will you take to help dairy farmers? I'm going to go one step further. Tell us where you stand on a milk bailout, which was discussed in the last year and a half.
Yeah, absolutely. So farmers sell their milk in an archaic formula called per hundredweight, and that's got to change. What we found in the past 2 years is that if the price of milk goes down to about $13 or less per hundredweight, farmers in our district can't survive. Thankfully, we had something called the Milk Income Loss Contract that was allowed the federal government to come in and rescue out some of our dairy farmers in our district, particularly the family-owned farms. I support the continuation of the Milk Income Loss Contract. I continue to support price protections for farmers. I think we need to crack down on the illegal imports of milk, particularly organic milk. And I'd like to see something called the Good Agricultural Practices Standards be reduced and eased for smaller level farms. Currently, family-owned farms that want to be certified as GAP certified have to go through the same process as a very large corporate-owned farm. I personally feel that if you're only milking about 50 cattle and a corporate farm's milking 3,000, you probably don't have a lot in common, so the requirements to get GAP certified need to be adjusted to reflect the size of your farm.
Yeah, I think Matt and I agree on the issue that the formula for the milk pricing has to be looked at hard and adjusted, because it's an old formula and it's based a lot on what goes on in the Chicago futures market and what goes on in Wisconsin. It doesn't take into consideration a lot of the local factors here that our local dairy farmers are being impacted by. But I also think we also have to explore things such as the Northeast Dairy Compact. 10 states in our area get together and form a co-op and explore those options, things along those lines. I do support the milk loss insurance concept. I think that's a good concept for our dairy farmers to be able to explore because it minimizes their risk. But I've also talked to a lot of farmers that are greatly concerned about the policies that are coming down from the state and the federal level. When we talk about the farm labor bill that was proposed in the state legislature here in New York, that would have decimated our local dairy farmers by regulating them in such a way as our manufacturing facilities are regulated. It's a complete disconnect that New York City has with how the dairy farming and the whole farming industry operates. We're a local guy. We know these issues, and we're willing to invest the time to spend the time to find out the solutions that you can offer as local people that deal with it day in and day out. And I'm also concerned about the expansive role of the EPA. The EPA is, in my opinion, going down a path that is unchecked and creating regulations that are jeopardizing the way that the dairy farmers and the farmers in general do their business. We want to be a limiting voice for that.
We're going to take a break right now, but we'll be right back.